evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here with you. And if you've ever been to a Bronx Advanced Toastmasters meeting, you know you're in for a treat tonight because we have a stellar guest speaker and we have a stellar program that our stellar president just outlined for us. And I'll say we are ready to begin. All of our roles are filled for this evening, and we are going to get right started. Having a little bit of a difficulty, so we did start off a little late, but that was then. This is now. Bronx Advanced Speakers is an advanced Toastmasters club designed to help you improve as a communicator, as a leader, as a speaker, to go from good to great, to be more than stellar. Be a great increasing your impact on the outside world. And tonight, we have, very fortunate to have, the president-elect of Co-op City Toastmasters, none other than Toastmaster Rajiv, help me,
Jadhav.
Jadhav, all together.
Jadhav.
I'm going to get better with that as the time goes, because he's going to be my president as well. He is going to deliver his United Nations presentation tonight, Toastmasters, entitled The Role of AI in Women's Empowerment and Poverty Alleviation. Rajiv is an entrepreneur, reputation defender, and public relations expert. His 30-minute presentation will involve a multifaceted BAS evaluation. Multifaceted. With his presentation, we are going to hear, put your hands together, Rajiv,
Jadhav. Jadhav.
H's and my J's, and I'm J Sora, so that's unexcusable. The role of AI in women's empowerment and poverty alleviation. And in Toastmasters, what do we do a lot? So put your hands together, you at home, here in the audience, and welcome Toastmaster Rajiv. Careful.
Okay, Andrea, I think I need your help with loading the thing. Where is it? Okay.
You have it.
Okay, sweet.
And you've got it on the big screen too.
Oh, and is it in slideshow? How do I do that?
Up top, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay, beautiful. I learned something again.
I think it's good. Okay, very good evening to you all. So how is everyone feeling tonight?
Wonderful.
If you're feeling tonight, do this. Awesome. Do this. So this proves that you have a heartbeat, just so you know. And this is a great time to be alive. My speech to you is this is the speech that I delivered at the United Nations earlier this year. And as you've heard, the title of the speech is Empowering Women by using artificial intelligence, also known as AI, for its use in enabling socioeconomic opportunity as well as poverty alleviation. So that is the broad topic of my speech. I'd like for the speech to be interactive. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to raise your hand. And if I can address that question, I will immediately, or we can take it in the Q&A section. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Great words by a great man. That was Kofi Annan, who was the former Secretary General of the United Nations. Here are some startling facts about the world that we live in presently. Homelessness and poverty is on the rise here in America. These are some numbers as reported by homelessness.org. In 2017, the number of people experiencing homelessness was 180,000. That number grew to 234,000 in 2020, which further grew to 421,000 in 2022. As you can see, it's steadily growing, and that is a problem. And that's a problem that I feel I may have a solution in solving. Here's some additional startling facts. In 2021, there were 3.8 million children that experienced poverty in America. That number grew to 9 million. Yes, 9 million. 9, that's this. Can everyone do this? 9. 9 million kids in the United States in 2022 experienced poverty, and essentially the differential is 5 million people. So in just 1 year, 5 million additional children experience poverty. 5 million. Can everyone show 5 on their hands? Yes, 5 million children experience poverty in America, and 5 million additional children experience poverty in America in 2022. The question is there a solution? I believe that there is a solution, and that's something that I'm about to share with you shortly. I believe that prosperity is the answer. I believe that prosperity is the solution to poverty. Both of them, of course, begin with P. So there is that interlinkage of these two concepts. They're, of course, complete opposites. One is opposite of the other. But I believe that prosperity is, in fact, the solution for poverty. So, Marietta, what is the solution for poverty?
I believe you said that prosperity is the solution for poverty.
That's right. Loretta,
Yes,
what is the solution for poverty?
prosperity.
That's right. Thank you. I was just checking if you were paying attention. Okay, I think the presentation temporarily went offline. I'm going to try and restore it.
Can you see online?
I didn't get in.
Let me see if. Okay, so I think it's. Yeah, it's on. It's on. Okay. So when we're talking about prosperity is the solution to poverty. Now you might ask me, great, awesome, Rajiv, that's awesome, brilliant. But how is prosperity the answer? And that's a very valid question. And the answer as to how prosperity, so this is how. The digital content creation economy is estimated to be worth is estimated to be worth $90 billion by 2033. $90 billion. So the question is, where is it at right now? In 2023, the digital content creation economy was valued at $27.1 billion. And so 2023 was last year. So last year, the digital content creation economy was worth $27 billion. In just 10 years' time, in 2033, that number is about to jump to $90.4 billion. I use the B word, billion. So that is a massive, massive opportunity. And it's massive because everyone can participate. Now you might ask me, Rajiv, $90.4 billion sounds like a lot. It sounds like inaccessible. That is partially true, but it's partially not true. And the reason why it's partially not true is because when I say digital content creation, I'm talking about creating content by using tools like AI tools. For example, all of you probably know of ChatGPT.
Yes.
Yes? ChatGPT is an AI tool that can be used to create content. And when I say create content, what do I mean? I mean creating Word documents, creating a story that uses text or words. And that is something that ChatGPT can create for you. And those same text or words can be used in social media. They can be used in creating a blog article. They can be used in creating an Instagram caption. They can be used to create a YouTube video description. They can be used to create an email message. So these are all various examples of content that can be used in everyday use and which can be created by ChatGPT. So and ChatGPT is just one of the many examples that exist of AI tools that everyone has access to. And there are many other tools. Another tool is Synthesia. Synthesia is another software that enables you to create talking heads or avatars. And you'll see an example momentarily of that. And that also is free for the most part. And there are many other softwares that allow you to create wonders by using AI. One of them is a software that allows you to mix music like a DJ. There's another one that allows you to record sounds and human-like sounds. And there are many other software. Then you have softwares like Midjourney, DALL-E, Microsoft Copilot, Google Bard, Google Gemini. These are all softwares that are publicly available that you can use today for free, and you can use that to create content that has a market value today. And you can participate in that $90 billion opportunity that I told you about. And you might say, okay, that's all well and good, but is it really easy to use? Well, yes, it is easy to use because creators today, and I've witnessed this firsthand on services like Fiverr, and not only from the US, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Egypt, from India, from Pakistan, creators there are already using these tools to generate an income for them on Fiverr and earning 30, 40, 50, hundreds of dollars each month. And it's only going to grow. So it is a very, very real opportunity that has been going on for the last 5 years. We will continue to go on and will continue to grow in significance as the day progresses. Okay, now these are a few examples of AI generated content. Hopefully the audio works. It worked earlier in the sound check.
Hello, applicant. I'm Sky from Rsquare Media's recruitment team. Thanks for your interest in applying to Rsquare Media's remote social media marketing internship and mentorship program. We want to make sure we attract the right candidates so that this is a good use of...
Can you click join meeting?
Where?
Join meeting.
Join. Yeah, I don't know how to access that because it's.
It may be behind the screen that you're on.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, where is the join meeting though? Yeah, I don't see a join meeting button.
good use of your time and ours. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our team culture. Rsquare Media is based in New York City in America.
So that is an example of a video that was created entirely by AI. The woman out there is an AI avatar, completely done by AI. The voice that you hear is AI as well. And of course, the whole point of AI is to make it sound as human as possible. So when you look at that, now, of course, you may guess that maybe it's AI, but if somebody 5 years ago saw that, they would believe that it's a real person. And the whole goal is to make it seem as human-like as possible. Here's another example of another voice. Just pay attention to the voice, because the voice sounds extremely conversational and very human-like. So take a listen to this.
Hey there, I'm thrilled you're interested in joining the Rsquare Media team. Now, let me give you a quick scoop on what it's like to be part of our crew. Based right in the heart of New York City, the vibe here is all about being upfront and fast-paced. We're all about candor. That's a fancy word for being straight up honest and direct. No sugarcoating, no beating around the bush, no PCBS. If I toss a straightforward question your way.
Okay, so that second example is also AI, and that video was done by AI as well. So the background music, the sound, the audio, the vocal, the male voiceover, that was all AI. And that was, so this is the kind of quality that you can expect from AI, most of which is all free. So just imagine what is possible if you have a marketing agency by using these AI tools and enabling, and these ads, these pieces of content can be used for anything. They can be used on your website, they can be used in your social media, they could be used in your Instagram story or Instagram reel, they could be used on TikTok, they could be used on YouTube or YouTube Shorts, they could be used practically anywhere. And as a marketing person, a single marketing person, you could make all of this happen like this by using AI and then charge people hundreds if not thousands of dollars each month. And that's basically how you can participate in this massive boom, the $90 billion boom that I mentioned earlier. That's basically how you would do it. And it's a very real thing. I'd like for you to look at some of these pictures that you see on the screen as well, just below the videos. Those pictures were also done by AI. I mean, they look like fancy illustrations, but they were all done by AI. The AI took a few seconds to generate that picture, the level of detail, etc. So I just want for you to imagine what is possible, and it's only going to get better and more accessible and easier to use. And just close your eyes for a minute and just think what is possible if you could do this tomorrow and charge people hundreds of dollars each month tomorrow. Just picture that for a moment and tell me if that does not make you feel a little bit more optimistic about life.
Yes, it's a good feel.
It is, right? There you go. There you go.
Hello,
Hey
applicant.
there.
Okay, so I'd like to explain the Rsquare Media story to you briefly. So, and this is just to give you some context as to how Rsquare Media ties into all of this, and also how it ties into the whole women's empowerment issue. So Rsquare Media was founded in 2013, and in 2014 we launched the Global Mentorship Program, and in 2015 we were initiated as members of the National Minority Business Council, and in 2016 we partnered with New York State Department of Labor to provide at-risk youth with on-site mentorships, and this was extremely eye-opening for us. In 2017, we won the Minority Business Year of the Minority Business of the Year award in the company of two giants, Con Edison and MTA, $2 billion corporations. It was a huge honor to be even seen in the company of giants. In 2020, the work that we did with the at-risk youth led me to be invited to speak at the United Nations, where I delivered a speech on solving homelessness by leveraging coaching and technology. And of course, after my speech, the country of Malawi, which is in Africa, asked for my help to help them solve child homelessness in Malawi, Africa. And that, of course, led me to create my nonprofit Right Now, which has various projects in the world that are solving homelessness by partnering with various nonprofits that are working in those regions. So we have a project in Malawi, we have a project in Brazil, we have a project in LA, we also have a project in India, 2 projects, and several other things that we're doing through Bright Now, the nonprofit, which is a 501c3. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning the thing about Rsquare Media is Rsquare Media attracts 600 plus applications every quarter from the top schools and universities in the US as well as abroad. And we have students and candidates from almost all continents applying. And the one thing that the reason why these people are coming to Rsquare Media in droves is because we have a promise. Our promise to them is the mentorship promises them to help them find their dream job in their dream company quickly. And we actually have a very high success rate to the extent of when candidates go through our mentorship program and they get into the job market, they usually get hired by their dream company, their ideal client, within weeks of entering the job market. Weeks, not months, years, weeks. And that's the reason why we have a very high success rate, because people in the market know that if you have Rsquare Media in your resume, it means that you're an enhanced candidate. And what do I mean by enhanced? I mean, you're better, smarter, you're a doer, you don't hide behind excuses, you get stuff done. Much like what we do here at Toastmasters, which is about getting stuff done. You have a problem, you figure it out in real time, you keep moving forward. So that is what
candidate.
Exactly. That is a doer. So all the people that I see in front of me are actually doers. Andrea here, or soon to be known, I guess, Governor Andrea. You heard it first here, people. And when it happens, you're going to be, yeah, that Rajiv was on to something, you know? He was on to something, yeah. So Andrea is a doer. There were like tech issues, which she solved for in real time and then made it happen. Kept moving forward. Not about, oh my God, this is not working, let me just peace out. No, kept going forward. And in Loretta, same thing. One issue came, solved it, next issue, solved it, keep moving forward. And that's basically, what we're doing here. Even Marietta, same thing. In fact, I was lost at sea, adrift over the weekend when we went to the fair, and I literally said, help, man overboard, help. And then of course it was Marietta and Kathy that saved me, literally, because I didn't have a clue where I was, because I was on a Hunter Avenue, which was totally different from another Hunter Avenue, the other side of town. And I was saying, wait a minute, do you see an empty lot? They were like, yeah, there's a lot, but there was also another lot on that other place, and it was like a whole bunch of a series of unfortunate events, but ultimately they came to get me. So I'm very, very grateful for the kindness and generosity and the tenacity and grit of all you amazing people, because if you could have said, oh, forget it, I mean, he's lost, like, forget about it, forget it, I mean, c'est la vie, but they did. They said, you know what, no man left behind. And said, we're gonna get you. And they did. And it was amazing, it was awesome, it was epic. So very memorable experience. So this is what I mean by being a doer. So that's one small anecdote that happened a few days ago. So hopefully it's something that many of you can relate to. Let me see, I'm having some tech issues here with the screen share, but hopefully we can resolve this. So this is a small screenshot of one of our Zoom meetings. Historically, at Rsquare Media, we have been 98% women, powered by women. So I'm a minority in my own company, because I'm perhaps one of the few males in the sea of females in my company. As you can see, I mean, they're all women from various races, various countries, various walks of life, various schools, etc. And that's something that has always been the case. And the reason for that is because Rsquare Media is a safe place where women truly feel nurtured, empowered, realized, validated. And the fact that they get that level of support is something that is quite uncommon to any other experience that they've either experienced either at school or in their sorority, their fraternity, or anything else. So, and that is the one thing as to how Rsquare Media is different. So that is one example of how women are empowered. So we're empowered by making it a safe place for them to work. They're empowered by gaining skills to participate in this massive boom, which I just illustrated. The work that they do at Rsquare Media it gives them those actual tools so that they can go out and either be an entrepreneur themselves or work for somebody else in large Fortune 50 companies like Coke, Pepsi, Disney, etc. Many of them do. And that's how they're realizing their dreams. So that is basically how we are making a difference in the world and how we are empowering women every single day. And that's like just one small example as to how we're doing it. Yeah, so these are just a few of the companies that many of our people end up working at because of our approach when it comes to helping them realize their vision, their why. In fact, we have an approach which is called a holistic scorecard, where we understand their personality type, we understand their taste, habits, preferences, we understand their priorities, their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, their ambitions, and then we put that all together and create a roadmap. And this roadmap is basically a series of actionable steps that they take, the net outcome of which is their dream job in their dream company, which as I've listed here are some of these brands that you might have heard of, like Netflix, Hulu, Apple, Amazon, Coke, Pepsi, Nike, Wells Fargo, Chase, Citibank, etc. I mean, you might have heard of them. You might have seen them here and there. And these are just a few of the many companies where our people have worked at. So I'm extremely bullish about the mentorship as being the path to realizing our people's dreams and paving the way for them to realize their goals and their dreams and their ambitions and essentially establishing their success. What did I say earlier? I said prosperity is the key to poverty. So in helping people being prosperous, we're in fact enabling or almost assuring them of that level of success and maintaining that trajectory. I'd like to leave you with a closing thought. Life is like an egg. When it breaks from the outside, life ends. But when it breaks from the inside out, life begins. And greatness is like that. It happens from the inside out. And I see greatness in each and every one of you, as I've stated before. And it's time for the world to find out. Thank you so much for your time.
Q&A?
Yeah, I'm open to any questions that anyone may have.
Too early.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Please come here. Come here.
back.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Can I ask you to repeat the first set of numbers that you mentioned in reference to homelessness?
Sure. So as
That-
far as
I think you-
homelessness goes, yes, it's on the rise. In fact, in 2017, there were 190,000 homeless people, and that number grew to 234,000 in 2020, which then further grew to 421,000 in 2022.
And you mentioned the statistics related to children.
Yes.
Was that in reference to homelessness or poverty?
That was related to poverty in
Thank you.
America.
Thank
so
you.
that was basically, the headline is that 5 million additional children experienced poverty in 2022.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, and just for context, in 2021, there were 3.8 million children that experienced poverty, and that number grew from 3.8, let's say 4, to 9 million. So that number grew to 9 million children in 2022.
Okay.
So that's a differential of 5+ million children that experience poverty in America.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any other questions? Go ahead.
How does one join your Rsquare organization to get this knowledge? Is that like in addition to a job employment agency, is it
That,
like a school?
that's a great question. The way to join, so we have a global internship and mentorship program. The internship is, well, an internship is something that refines your skills, it exposes you to the real world, it gives you a realization as to what skills you're good at and what kind of tasks you like to do and what you don't like to do. The mentorship, on the other hand, works further by giving the candidate a realization of what their ideal career path should be, vis-a-vis their taste, habits, preferences, their areas of interest, their goals, their dreams, their priorities, etc. But to answer your question, it is a mix of a coaching program that in fact we do for our clients that of course they pay us for. But as far as the candidates aren't charged this a fee. They come in for free, they get mentored and coached for free, whilst working for Rsquare Media to hone and refine their skills. The way that they apply is through LinkedIn. We have a post on LinkedIn. We post almost every quarter. Last time when we posted, we got about 600 applications. The month before when we posted, we got about 550 applications. So it is a very hot, hot opportunity which many people apply to. And we do have a very stringent process of identifying who the right people are. Because it's not just you apply, but your personality has to mesh with our personality. And I'll give you a small example. And I mean this literally. We say that I don't care if you went to Yale or jail, you just need to have a good attitude.
Right.
And that is really what we look for. In fact, I'll even go as far as saying, in our entire application process, not once do I look at a resume. I don't look at the resume at all. I just ask them a series of very specific questions. I look for mental alertness, respect, courtesy, attention to detail, and if they answer those questions the right way, like if I ask you 3 questions and you just answer yes, I'm sorry, that doesn't cut it. I need for you to be alert and see me that I've asked you 3 questions and I expect 3 answers. And of course I noticed that from candidates all over the place, and that's why we created a video where we spell out, hey, I need you to be alert. If I'm asking you 3 questions, give me 3 answers. And that actually helps to address our protocols and also stressing the importance of alertness and being vigilant in your answers and not just being lax and lackadaisical, because that does not work. Because we invest a lot of time and resources into putting this level of coaching that people are paying us $1,000 an hour. And that's basically what this coaching is worth. And we give this to our candidates completely for free, and they get the results really fast because it is that potent. And that's why the word is spread, and that's why we have 600 applications every month. Did I answer your question, Andrea?
Yes, you did.
So these are, what's the age range of your ideal candidate?
So the ideal candidate, we've noticed that we've started attracting high school students all the way up to PhD candidates.
Okay.
So it's a mix of people that are in college, that have finished college, they've graduated, done with their bachelor's, it's been 1 or 2 years, they want more experience, and they can apply because either they're still in the job market and they notice that they see that, hey, you guys help us find a job, and that catches their attention, because otherwise, there's a lot of misinformation out there, confusion as to what is the best way of looking for a job. And if it's been 2 years that they've graduated and they don't have a job yet, it causes a lot of stress and an urgency for them to solve that, to actually get a job. And if this is the pathway to get a job, that's what makes them really eager to jump onto this opportunity and participate.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Loretta.
Do you have any projects in New York? In New York City, I didn't hear.
So this is a complete remote internship. So we have worldwide candidates that work from home. There's no travel needed. It's all on Zoom. And our concept is you work whenever, it's literally work in your PJs all day long.
But you mentioned other countries, other places. So
Yes, so we have candidates from all those places.
You haven't met with the mayor is what I should say.
No, I haven't met with the mayor,
Oh, okay.
not as of yet.
Okay.
But essentially, so it's people from all these countries that are working from home that are meeting with me every day at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. That's when we have our team meetings. And that's how the work happens. Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Are you
the
recruiting
pay
men?
rates?
Or it just
I mean,
happens that way?
it's an equal opportunity for anyone that
For
wants to
anyone.
apply. So it just turns out that there are more women in our workforce. But you might have seen the picture, there are a few men interspersed
Yeah.
in that
Okay.
ocean of women.
Right.
What is the
Okay.
pay rate?
Yeah, so it's an unpaid internship, like I said, because if we're, giving them this level of coaching, and coaching isn't cheap, and we're giving it to them for free. So that is kind of like the payment that they're getting for the work that they're putting in. Plus, by doing this work, their body of work and portfolio increases, which makes them more marketable in the job market so that they can get hired extremely fast.
Like they learn it
The
on the
people
job.
who are from abroad, they get hired in companies like CBS or,
Yeah, so
do they get paid the US standard or do they get paid according to the standard of their country?
So basically, the candidates that are in the US get hired by companies in the US because they're physically in the US. So they get paid by whatever the prevailing rate is, which is, I don't know, 30, 60, 80, 100,000 a year, whatever the rate is, depending on which company they join. And the candidates that are outside the US, like in Ghana or Pakistan or India or Mozambique or South Africa, they get paid in, whatever the
Whatever
prevailing
is.
rate is in their country. Yes, go ahead.
Where do you get your funds from? Do you have lots of people or supporting you yet?
No, so we're completely bootstrapped. So
Say-
it's
say
basi-
again?
we're bootstrapped.
Okay.
So all the funds that Rsquare Media generates from its regular line of work, which is public relations, is what we kind of use to kind of put into this program. And the thinking behind this, the philosophy is I want to make the world a better place. And my approach of making the world a better place is by having the right heart-centered people in the position of power. And if I can make those heart-centered people, namely our intern candidates, get hired, and we kind of obviously work with them and nurture them and mold them to be extremely successful professionals. And if those people, touched by our philosophy, start being really successful in the corporate world, they will then attract more like-minded people and then essentially evolve the workspace to be a safe, meritocracy where all can thrive, regardless of where somebody's from or their creed, their color of their skin, etc., etc. So that's basically my approach as to how we're going to make the world a better place from the inside out.
Okay.
So you don't have anybody who is directly involved in like reaching out for grants, like one of the
I mean,
grants and things like that?
Yeah,
Because
we
it's
not at the
out
moment, not at the moment, but
Okay.
because that's like a totally different track. Working with we are minority certified, so I'm aware of what it takes to work with the government.
Okay.
And it's like a very long, tedious kind of road to be able to get it. You need insurance, you need show insurance, this, that. So it's like a whole bunch of hoops and loops that you need to go through, which isn't always like worth our time investment. So I'd much rather just work with the private industry, get paid immediately, and continue with my life. So that's kind of like the approach that we take. But yes, if we had people that wanted to kind of pursue that course and who are expert in writing grants and applying for grants, knowing whether who are the right people to apply for and can understand how that game works, yes, that would be great. So if you happen to know anyone like that, we'd love to kind of please have them give me a call.
Do you have any examples of success stories?
Sure. In fact, I have one, a very favorite one of mine. So there was this, and this actually made the news as well. It made the national headlines in India because the candidate was originally from India. So one Tuesday afternoon, I suddenly get a call and it says, Rajiv, you got to help me. I was like, what happened? Oh my God, Rajiv, you have to help me. I said, okay, tell me what happened. What's going on? Okay, Rajiv, I'm like so confused. I don't know what to do. Okay, what do you mean? I don't know whether I should select Goldman Sachs or Microsoft. What do I do? I'm so confused. Help me.
Oh, boy.
So this is where the mentorship comes in, because the mentorship and the internship allows us to understand a candidate extremely well. We understand their personality type, we understand their aspirations, their dreams. We also understand what is the ideal work culture that they aspire towards. And our company has a focus on maintaining a stress-free environment, and that's our number one goal in life, because we feel that people are most creative and productive in a stress-free environment. So given that that's our work culture, people usually are seeking a stress-free work environment after this internship as well. So guess where, between Goldman Sachs and Microsoft, guess where I advised her to go?
Microsoft.
Yes. So that's exactly the one that she took. She moved to Seattle, worked extremely well there, was promoted several times, and is, last I checked, is still in that same division that originally hired her. So that's like one example of how, and what was featured in the news article was she reported saying that her time at Rsquare Media gave her the clarity when she needed the most and the confidence to take the right call. And of course, she's never looked back.
So what's the mission statement of RC Square?
So Rsquare Media, our registered tagline is be seen or not be seen. So because we're a public relations online visibility company, we help clients be seen or not be seen on the internet. So that's our tagline. We don't really have like a vision. I guess the vision is, maintaining a stress-free environment and delivering peace of mind. Peace of mind, I think, would be our mission. Are there any other questions? Okay, I mean, I do see a red card turning into a yellow card, so I'm guessing that's my time. Okay, in summary, AI is the biggest opportunity that exists today, not tomorrow, not in 10 years, no, today, yesterday. It started 5 years ago. It's already here. And if you want to increase your income by $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 each month today, you can. And you might ask me, wait a minute, is this some multi-level marketing scheme? Do I need to bug my friends to buy stuff? No. No. You don't need any of that. You don't need to bug anyone to buy anything. You're essentially creating valuable content that a whole bunch of businesses out there are desperately seeking to help with their ongoing marketing. And by doing so, it is very easy for you to start doing this work just by yourself with little to no advanced hardware needed. You could even do it on your phone. Everyone has a phone, right? A smartphone? Well, most people, present company accepted. But most people have a smartphone, and you can do this on your smartphone, right on your smartphone, and obviously an internet connection, which most people also have. And even if you don't have the internet connection, you go to the library, you go to the subway station where you have free Wi-Fi. Or Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or places like that also have free Wi-Fi, fast free Wi-Fi. So these are all ways for you to make it work. And you can jump on this opportunity today and start earning thousands of dollars by creating original content to support businesses in their outreach to their customers. So that is the biggest opportunity that exists today, and the easiest way for you to supplement or complement your present income by several $1,000s each and every month. And if anyone would like further information about this, because it really is as simple as I've said it. It really is as simple. A lot of these tools are free, completely free, $0. But that's what I mean by free, $0. And you just need the device. It's ready to use. You can do this within seconds, depending on your internet connection, and you're good to go. So if you want to lift yourself out, level your income out, this is the way to do it. The fastest, easiest way. It doesn't involve selling anything to anyone. I mean, sure, you're going to be selling your services to businesses that are desperately seeking your services. It's not about selling, some sort of protein drink or anything like that to anyone. It's a lot easier this way, and it's scalable as well.
Critical question.
Yeah, go ahead, Mario.
No more questions.
That was just amazing.
Yeah. We don't have the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said
we can talk offline.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
You've been a great audience.
Wow. Education is